Wait till he comes in.
Did you skip town?
That was such a light break. Yeah, okay.
That's awesome. So that means we're down to one part-timer then, or was the part-timer for Adam, was he kind of extra?
Well, Scott Curtis came on, so
That's right.
that's gonna even out.
Okay, well, we're in public session now. The first thing I'd like to do is make a motion to seal the minutes from our non-public session we just had.
Second.
In favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay, so discuss new hire, which is Tom. So why don't we take care of Tom's paperwork now?
All right, so make a motion to hire on Thomas Terrell as Officer Step 9, starting at 3602, with a start date of 1 June 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You're on board.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
What's my name?
Night.
Yeah, you can leave if you want, or you can stay. You're welcome to leave if you want, or you can stay. We've got a few more things to do, and then we're out of here ourselves.
I actually gotta go to work right now.
Oh, you gotta go.
Double dipper.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
All right, have a nice night.
We'll see you soon.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Door open or closed?
Open.
Okay, so he's all set. All right, the next thing on the agenda is to discuss the referral bonus. So I wasn't listening when he asked you. Did we make a motion on this yet, or do we need to?
I think you need to make a motion on each.
On each of them individually?
On each, okay. So,
All right, so based on previous discussion, I'll make a motion to give a recruiting retention bonus to Shane Pellerin of $1,000.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Maybe we should mention who it's for, who did he sponsor?
No, it's Tom.
Tom?
Okay, so make a new motion,
Yeah,
sorry.
Well, actually, I'll amend the motion, so
Okay.
I will amend the motion to give Shane Pellerin for recommending Thomas Tellerin for
Torelli.
Torelli for a recruiting bonus of $1,000.
Perfect.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Who did
Okay,
Ryan,
good job,
who did
Patrick.
Ryan Goulet?
Matt.
Matt Higgins.
Hey, that's right.
We shouldn't say that in public now.
But Ryan's also getting a bonus.
Yeah, we'll do that.
For who,
Matt Higgins.
who?
Matt Higgins?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, Matt, yeah, sorry.
So, motion to, based on previous discussion, to a $1,000 recruiting bonus for Ryan Goulet for the hiring of Matt Higgins.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, good
Alright.
job, Patrick. And what do we got, one more now? We did the referral bonus. Okay, why don't you take care of that other stuff you got written there, and then we'll go with this.
All right, based on a recommendation from the Chief and Lieutenant and based on the board procedure, we're hiring Ryan Goulet as Sergeant Step 2 at 3706 with a date to be determined.
Yeah, when do you wanna put that through? That's up to you guys.
June 1, that's a new pay period.
June 1 is a Sunday, is that when your new pay period starts?
Yeah.
June 1 then?
Okay, so I'll say it one more time. Based on recommendation for Ryan Goulet to be promoted to Sergeant Step 2 at 3706 for a date of 1 June 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hey, I was given a $250 referral bonus at my place if they stayed and they made 6 paychecks. You know, someone would just work 3 shifts and quit. Hey, you get the money, we'll split it. Yeah. Oh, these kids, oh, that's street smart.
We're 1,000, but we're 250 at 90 and 750 at the year.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, okay, so, you both got the email from Chris Turndale, okay, the town administrator, and he wanted to make a change on the the personnel board. What were you thinking of his change? He wants to say, I basically think that he's saying that when you go from part-time to full-time,
You start over.
even though you might have been part-time for 10 years,
Yeah.
when you get promoted to full-time, that's your date of hire, that date that you can
That's your
promote
new
it.
anniversary date.
Personally, myself, at first, I said, oh, that's okay. But then, you brought up a good point, and I think it's a valid point, that, geez, to me, after being 10 years part-time, your start date should be the same, in my opinion.
It starts as your
I don't
employment
know.
with the town of
Yeah.
Auburn.
Does the CBA cover it for us at all?
You've
Does it say
been a
anything on that?
fireman and
I don't
you've been
think
a
it does.
Look, they didn't really
Yeah.
say anything on it.
You're giving
Yeah.
up 10
Just
years of your career.
seniority,
to
discuss
start all over
seniority
again?
and
Doesn't,
That's, no,
reduction in-
absolutely not.
They say it's a bookkeeping, it'd make it easier for bookkeeping, but I say, if I hired somebody in the paycheck payroll system of my company on June 10th, 10 years ago, and they come to me and say, I wanna be full-time now, I don't change the date of hire, that's when they started for the company.
Right.
Yeah.
Their status may change, but their date of hire should remain the same.
I agree. I think we should.
What do you think now? Because I gotta give an opinion to
I-
him.
If they're on for 10 years, then they're on for 10 years. They put the time in, and they should be paid accordingly. What are you gonna do? Have them part-time 10 years, and then all of a sudden go less money because they're starting full-time?
What it deals with, at least what I'm assuming it deals with, is the fact that when you start, you know, each 5 years you get, so what they're doing is he's saying that.
Longevity, don't you get some kind of bonus?
longevity, earn time.
Earn time, yes.
Yeah.
So what he's saying is earn time, you start, so when you become full-time, you know, you get earn time. But part-time people don't have earn time, so if you start today, your earn time, you're earning a pay period, 3 point something. And what they're saying is that, so that date starts you earning, but in the meantime, your anniversary date is in January every year, but you started full-time in August.
Well, I think the anniversary date ought to be the day you started work 10 years ago. That's
So-
my opinion.
What they can do is, instead of going back, you know, you've been here 10 years, you don't get earned time. So when you get sworn in as full-time, your earned time starts, but you're not gonna wipe out 10 years of that, you know?
But they're not also gonna give you 10 years.
They're not gonna give you-
No, I don't think that-
No, they're not gonna give you 10 years of earned time,
Right,
No.
okay?
so I really don't,
The
I
rate.
understand it's tracking is probably hard, but the amount of times that it's happened, I don't see why you should penalize an employee that's been.
Absolutely not.
That's what I think. I mean, I've hired 52 years in business. I've been hiring people for that many years.
We just had.
And I always go by the first date of their employment. Now, if they separate from the company and come back 8 months later, something, they quit, they move to Florida, come
Different,
back,
yeah.
hey, I need a job, now they get rehired at the new date.
Yeah.
And that's what he feels, you're not being rehired, you're
Yeah.
just changing your status.
Yeah, that's, any company, you get promoted from whatever. I mean, so, I don't know,
What was the
maybe
reason?
we're gonna make a motion,
What was the reasoning? Do we know?
yes, to facilitate bookkeeping methods.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I mean, I know the bookkeeping side of it. There's nothing to it.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's. I don't.
Especially when you're using a big payroll
Yeah,
company
An
like
electronic,
Who do they use for a payroll system?
Paycheck?
Paychecks? Yeah, oh yeah, that's not them.
Paycheck, yeah.
no, we don't, they do it here.
Oh, they do their own payroll here?
But I just feel like there can't be that many employees that you have to track doing that, and so.
No. How many we got here? That'd be the only one.
And it's never been a problem up
I think
until
of
now.
3 off the top of the head in the police department.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, so,
And
We do.
how
I
many-
guess it would be. We do nothing.
I don't know if she
We
has,
don't-
oh, yeah, we can say that, well, we don't have to make a motion, we can email
I
them
think
to,
you just respond back to him, because like, don't you have to
Alvin,
do it as the, is he trying to do it so you don't meet as the joint board?
I think so, and we're all against it.
yeah, say, but
Paying your part-time.
the police commission was
Yeah.
unanimous against the change in the person.
Yeah, it's not needed. I mean, for many reasons, and it's not. I don't see it.
I just don't like the change of the start date. To me, that's, you started with me 10 years ago, now you come back, you wanna work more and be more a part of a company, and now we're gonna say, well, this is your first day with the company.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, I agree.
okay. Well, we probably don't have to make a motion, because he was just looking to see where we might be. So we're 3 votes against it.
I mean, the bottom line.
I'll text him tomorrow, I'll email him tomorrow, and I'll copy everybody
From when you
else. He's
were
short.
promoted to full-time,
Right.
that's it.
That's the only
There's
thing
nothing
that
else.
changes.
And then, well, when does pay scale
Yeah, this is
change
what they
from
want.
part-time to full-time?
Yeah, it doesn't.
It would.
I don't like changing it. You started in 1982, then we are But today, you're starting full-time, you get earned, we start today. They ought to be able to put that right in the parameters.
Not your anniversary day that you became.
Paycheck, you can do just about anything.
Exactly, so he's part-time, so what would when he goes to full-time, what would his pay scale jump to?
Well, he'll get more, as a rule.
Obviously, right. So he gets an increase in pay because he's going from part-time to full-time, and the day he
And his new
becomes
benefits
full-time,
start.
his additional benefits kick in. That's all.
additional benefits, exactly.
Yeah, part-time don't get many benefits.
I don't think they really.
No, I don't think they get any.
They get to work with us, that's the primary.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the benefit.
That's the benefit.
Do they get longevity checks? Still they do, because I know Willie used to.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, now, if they ever did longevity, that's something that would affect you there too.
Back in the day, they got vacation.
Yeah.
But they took that away.
All right, so we're good, we're all good with that, so, 3 negatives.
Chris may come back with something else that's, you know,
You can say-
sways you, but.
There's no way to word it right. Like, there's no way to word this right. What they're trying for. Because they're trying for, is, you know, a normal full-time year is 2,080 hours. So they're thinking, all right, if they worked 1,600, so is that equivalent to somebody who worked 2,000? I know that's the argument here Chris is going for, but it's not a good one.
All right, so if we need to make a motion, we will at our next meeting, but it looks like any motions we may be made with the full board. You know, they're looking to change something, they know 3 no votes here. He said there were 3 yes votes there, it depends on the library. But, you know,
I would
that's,
say I might text Nancy just to kind of.
okay. Any other things to discuss in public session?
Nope, I think that's it.
Now, this was an abbreviated, that's why we didn't ask for a chief's
Yeah,
report,
I know.
nothing like that. Now, let's talk about what's gonna happen in June. So normally, our next meeting would have been this coming Tuesday, June 3rd or whatever it was. I ain't gonna be around. So do we want a meeting on June 10th? Well, because in July, we haven't had a meeting in 10 years, so unless there's something
Don't jinx us.
very important
Nothing on
that
the
we
radar.
needed to, we could always meet.
So you're
If we
looking-
had to, we'll meet on another special
So you're
meeting if we
looking
do.
at
I think you had a good recommendation,
I
Will.
say
Yeah.
keep the June meeting, do our regular stuff, our stats and all that stuff, and then skip our July meeting. like-
All right, so I won't be here for that meeting,
No,
but
we can do the 10th, or we can keep it the same, because you had
Oh.
talked about originally bumping.
yeah, we don't have a lot going on, so you guys, it's up to you guys, you tell me, you want it this Tuesday or the Tuesday that I'm back?
Tuesday you're back. I mean,
Yeah,
since
do it
there's,
the
yeah.
10th, I got nothing going
Yeah.
on.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll do that, is that good with you guys?
Sounds good, yep.
Yeah?
Besides,
Okay.
we miss you.
Where you going?
Okay, so, nothing else you guys said, so we are gonna make a motion to adjourn at 7:11 PM.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, 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 aye.